Hi, I'm Ross. I'm here to give you a few insights about Jade Operations, Managed Services, and JSM. We're going to break this down into these three simple topics. Who are we? Well, we are Jade Operations are a team of just over 50 people providing managed services to our clients. We are mainly based in Christchurch, but we also have people in the UK and Auckland. What does that actually mean? So we want to be each of our customers' best supplier, continually developing our skills and capabilities, finding and leveraging more capability and scale, looking for new ways to add customer value, and we always love having a great time. Some of our points that we do is we look for automation, processes, communication, standardization, documentation, and we're big on people and culture. What makes us different is that we really do care about our clients. For our clients, their business is to be good at what they do. Our business is looking after the systems that allow them to do their business. We are their operations team. We started in the mainframe days and have continued to grow and change as our technology has changed around us. We take lessons that we learned from the past and help with today's demands on technology to provide a safe and reliable service. What do we really do? Well, we manage critical systems 24/7 for customers globally. We look after everyone from our own staff to our clients. Each of our clients are allocated a client service manager and an operations engineer. We are then supported by the other groups in the wider operations team, which are central systems, our first level support, IT support, security, networking, business support, infrastructure architects, and tech support. However, we cannot do our job without one of the most important tools we have, JSM, aka JOS. JSM is written in Jade and has been built over many years to make our job a whole lot easier. It currently has over 565,000 lines of code. JSM enables us to manage over 600 servers spread around the world, running over 1,000 Jade databases, 260 SQL environments, 1,200 .NET services, 980 websites, 1,500 certificates. It processes over 400 Jade deployments every month, and each week JSM backs up 1.4 petabytes of data. Not too bad. So let's have a little look at JSM. But before I show you, JSM is like a good mechanic's car. Looks are secondary to making sure its abilities are working great, and there'll always be further modifications on the way, maybe even a paint job. JSM contains all the information we need about all the servers, the environments, and the entities we monitor. So, taking a closer look at this, what we can see up the top here is our alert screen. Anytime we get a new device, any way we can get alerts, anything, we'll figure a way to put these alerts into JSM so that we can be one of the first people aware that there's a problem out there and get onto it as soon as possible. So to that end, this is our alert screen. We can see that there's several sets of alerts here. This alert screen also enables us to grab alerts, claim them, and also action them. This way, people can see that, hey, Ross is doing something funny with his T-Suite system and it had a problem. On each server, we install a small Jade system called JSA, or Jade Systems Agent, or Karma. We also make use of other alerting mechanisms like SNMP traps, Windows performance counters, and our own utilities to monitor what's happening on the server. JSA not only talks to JSM, but also the card schema app KCC manager that runs under each Jade environment for the server. This enables us to monitor each Jade system and server performance, the websites, web applications, ODBC and SQL entities as required. This screen here is what we call our system view screen. It shows us all the servers that we have. As you can see here, I'm in our test JOS. So we use this to prepare and test JSM releases. It gives us an overall picture of all our systems, in this case, just our test systems. We can even go down to see the thin client level, which is great when you're trying to see if this user's logged onto a system, especially if they're holding you up from taking it down. We can also use the right-click options on our menus to do other things like connect us, have a look at the backup schedule, get into the details, even Microsoft patching. So one of the major functions of JSM is deploys, which along with central systems monitoring allows developers to sleep at night. We think that's a good thing. If something goes wrong, then central systems will fix it, or they can pass it on to the on-call ops engineers, or in some cases, wake up the developer. If the developer wakes up in the morning with no wake-up call, it's been a good deploy. The deploy takes care of pre and post backups, code changes, Jade upgrades and hotfixes, and deploys to all secondary environments and remote applications. So in order to do that, a lot of people will have seen this, I'm going to build a Jari. Let's pick this one, and we will look to give it an upgrade. So from here, I can see the current version, and I can see my upgrade path. It'll show me the hotfixes that are available for there, and I can select them. It tells me where my card schema is at, and whether I should actually upgrade card schema as well. From here, we can deploy schema files from a repository, either on your own desktop or somewhere else. We can also deploy binaries and other miscellaneous files. We need to know who to contact if there's a problem, so we have all your details here. Any deployment options are specified here. Now, this is all just building the Jari. It's still got to go through an authorization process. Sometimes that is not necessarily the developer or the person creating the Jari. It could be a client person. So once the Jari is built, we submit it, and we have some of the similar options and also the ones that dictate when the things are going to happen, the start date, time, immediate shutdown, all sorts of options are available here. I have something I've prepared earlier, so I will just fire this one in the background. This is going to upgrade the test sweep system from Jade 20 to Jade 2022 Service Pack 3. So if I examine status, yep, continue the installation, yep, go for it. So we can see here, it's going to step through these different steps to do the deploy. And in this case, it'll be a Jade upgrade. I'll leave that running in the background. A big part of JSM is also the backups. So with all backups controlled from JSM, we can see here in TJOS, we're backing up Jade systems and SQL systems, all there in the schedule, ready to go. And as I said, production JSM backs up 1.4 petabytes of data every week. We need to make sure our clients' data is well looked after. It's really great having a good backup, but how do you know it's good? So JSM also has the ability to do restores, especially if the deploy fails. But our number one priority is make sure if we're taking a backup, we want to know that we can use it. We also have the ability to do online compactions and schedule them. So by looking at the environment and the stats and everything we have about that environment, we can then jump in and schedule online compactions now, monthly, whatever. Instead of using Windows Task Scheduling, we created a new functionality in JSM called JSM Task Scheduling. So we can build our own scripts in JSM and schedule them across all servers, certain servers, without having to log on to the server. It saves us a lot of time and effort. As part of that, recently, last year, we have added the ability to do Windows updates. So from here, if I have a look at the host details for the server, I can see if there's any pending patches installed and also the installed patches, and if there's any schedule. So we can schedule Windows updates. Makes it a lot easier than jumping on any server that needs it. From here, in this case, this server is orange, meaning it is pending a reboot for Windows updates. No problem. We can reboot it. We have another functionality that is run out of JSM, and it's called XEF. XEF is our file transfer utility. Now, we need to be careful on who transfers what files around the place. So what we have is the ability for directory monitoring and file transfer in a secure way. So we can set up the source computer, directory, destination computer. We can set up all these options, and files will get out probably mostly from the database server to the web server in a secure manner. In production JSM, we have over 450 active XCF entries. Another big part of JSM is our reporting. We run reporting every month. So here is a list of all the reports we currently have available in JSM. This enables us not only to see what's going on now, but also in the past, and also provide our monthly reporting stats to our CSMs so they can assure the customer that everything is running well. All right, there's our deploy, ticking away quite nicely in the background. Now, another module in JSM is Tracker. Tracker is our fault tracking ticketing system. This being the test system, there's a lot of stuff in here. So from here, some of you have seen some of the stuff. So here we have that we have picked up a certificate expiry dates, getting a little bit old, so perhaps someone should actually do something about them. Although, open 7 days. Trackers can be created or updated programmatically when required. They can even be created from the Jade environments using card schema calls. A big part of Tracker is setting up escalation profiles to email and or page those who need to know. If we have a production server outage, instead of us having central systems having to think, oh, who do I have to tell now? Things are automated. Worst case scenario for a production one, Justin gets emailed or paged. Part of what we do with JSM is we have integrated it with Octopus. Now, this is an Octopus deployment process. Octopus deploys artifacts and in some cases will build and run the JARIs and JSM. That way, this is mainly used for Jade Third Eye product so that we can target both the Jade and non-Jade files. Also, JSM has the ability of doing, we're using Octopus to do SDS takeovers /DR tests. So we can see here the process Octopus is using to do an SDS takeover from a primary server to a secondary server, start it up, all good. And in fact, this one took 6 minutes and 49 seconds to do. This helps remove some of the manual processes and any errors that may happen with those inadvertently. Thank you for listening to this. And in summary, as you can see, we have used Jade to create a powerful tool that helps us deliver a great service to our clients. However, the real power of Jade Operations managed service lies in our people. When the Priority A JSM alert goes off, it is our people with their expert knowledge, our willingness to get the job done, and our culture that come to the rescue. Thank you very much.